When you hear the word reduce, reuse, and recycle, the question is, do you guys really recycle? In America, the recycling rate has went up from less than 7% in 1960 to the new rate, which is now over 35%. We need to recycle to make the community cleaner. Why we need to recycle is that recycling conserves resources. When we recycle, objects are transformed into new goods. It lowers the urgency to use up natural resources, which can help to take care of natural habitats for the future. So recycling basically kind of uses up a bunch of goods such as food or plastics or papers and such. Why we also need to recycle is because recycling protects the environment. Recycling reduces the demand for drawing out and cleaning and handling natural elements, all of which makes air and water. Recycling does not just save energy, it also lowers greenhouse gas emissions, which assists in dealing with climate change. So it lowers the greenhouse gases, which can decrease the climate change. Here you see on the slide, you can see the graph. It's the MSW generation rates from 1960 to 2015, and the MSW recycling and composting rates from 1960 to 2015. And as you can see, the blue line is the total MSW generation, and the orange line is for capita generation. And as you can see, the MSW generation has grown up and it's bigger than the capita generation for 1960 to 2015. And the MSW recycling and composting rates from 1960 to 2015, you can see on this graph, you can see that the MSW recycling and composting rate is bigger than the recycled and composting rate. Another reason why we should recycle is because recycling creates more jobs. Every community should start recycling. If people start persuading others to recycle, they will have more recycling plants. So we would have to produce or make more recycling plants. The more plants that are made means more people will be having a job. Studies indicate actually that recycling plants give 10 times more jobs correlated to landfill. So each plant that we recycle or we produce will create another job for someone. As you can see on this graph, this is the total MSW combusted with energy recovered by material in 2015. And as you can see, there's textiles, rubber and leather, wood, food, yarn and trimming, plastics, metal, glass, and paper plates. And here is a graph of all the combusted with energy recovered Topanga's from 1960 to 2015. As you can see on this chart, the highest is the food, which was combusted with energy recovered by material. Another reason why we should recycle is recycling also helps wildfires. If people were to use more recycled products, that will destroy the natural resources being used. By doing this, it will prevent destroying more ecosystems and wildfire areas and wetlands, lake rivers, and forests. So it's like for wildfires, because all the trash that goes into the area, like such as forests or jungles, like they're all piled up, and that would be unsafe for the animals that live there, because they might eat that product, or they might eat that trash or the recycled things, or they might do something else with that product in the wildfire, in the jungle or in the forest. So that will like cause, I guess that might like cause some harm towards the animal. This is another graph. It's the total MSW generated by material 2017. And as you can see, the other is 1.9%. Food counts as 15.2%. Yard trimming is 13.1%. Metals is 9.4%. Recycling also helps clean cities. It's important to throw all the plastics away in a recycling bin so it can be recycled. If those are plastic bottles, or it can be also plastic bottles or containers, in the streets, cities won't ever be clean if we don't recycle, the cities won't ever be clean. If we recycle up these things, and if we clean up these things and recycle them, we could live in a cleaner and encouraging environment. Lastly, we need to recycle more. Not many people on the planet are. When eating or using paper, like if you think about it, when we eat outside or when we use paper, do we actually put it into a recycling bin, or do we just like throw it away anyhow, basically? Because if every time you don't put anything into a recycling bin, it basically like you basically wasted an opportunity of where a recycled product could be recycled because you didn't put it in a recycling bin. So every product that you don't put into a recycling bin that could have been recycled, you basically wasted the opportunity. This is also a graph I wanted to show. This is a paper and paperboard and glass and plastic yard trimming and lead acid batteries. This chart compares all of them and what percent each one was recycled from 1960 to 2017. And as you can see, the paper and paperboards are recycled more, and lead acid batteries are also recycled a lot too, but lead acid batteries are more recycled than paper and paperboards. So, that's it.
Good. Yes.
Out of 10?
Oh. Perfect.
I don't even know because I didn't even